The market is very different city by city, even neighborhood by neighborhood. So if you're a buyer, seller, investor in real estate, you should have a lot more confidence going into the Orem market after watching this video. Taking a snapshot of the past 30 days, we're at the end of May. So it's May 31st. This is pretty much the whole month of May. There have been 50 homes sold. The average list price for all those homes is $530,000. The average sold price, what they actually sell for though, is $528,000, $2,000 less than what they're listed for on average. That's really not bad when it's a blanket statistic across the whole city. But then how long do they stay on the market, right? How long does it take to sell? Well, the median days on market for Orem the past 30 days, 13 and a half days. That's nothing. One last nitty-gritty number detail about Orem before I get into something that does concern me about Orem real estate. So the absorption rate. The absorption rate is just, imagine it like a sponge. How fast can the market absorb a listing that's on the market and soak it up and get it sold? The 84057 zip code in Orem is the highest absorption rate in all of Utah County. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Let's look at this chart for a second. This is the average sold price for the past 5 years, comparing Orem to Utah as a state and Utah County. Now Orem, you'll see this line, it's it's trailing under both of them, but that's not what concerns me. Because if you think about it, Orem is a college town. You have Utah Valley University. It's the biggest university in all of Utah. So of course, you're gonna have some 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom condos it's gonna bring down the average sold price in the whole city. Yes, you have very nice neighborhoods in Orem, but you also have student housing. So lower average, not a big deal. But what does concern me, you have this peak in 2022 when all the real estate prices were booming, and then it dropped when interest rates came up. And it's kind of hard to see, but Orem drops a lot faster. In fact, it drops twice as fast percentage-wise as Utah State and Utah County. So that is what concerns me. If there's another market crash, is Orem going to drop faster than the rest of the whole market? Is that going to affect your equity? Is that going to affect you if you decide to sell in that time frame? I don't know. It very well could. I don't know why this dropped faster than the rest of the market, but it did. Now, before we get into the rental side of things, if you like nitty-gritty number stuff like this, there is a free newsletter that goes out every week for all of Utah County where you can just dive deep into this stuff. Completely free. It's even more free if you hire me as your realtor. The link's in the description. For the past 10 years, Orem rents have gone up very consistently, like straight line consistent until 2020. When 2020 hit, can you guess what happened? Rents went up even faster, and they're still going up at that same rate, just a slightly faster rate than before 2020. It's like every landlord's dream. And this consistent price increase is not the same with every city, because when the pandemic hit, you had a lot of builders, even nationwide, go all in on building multifamily units, big condo buildings, townhomes, twin homes, for the sake of them being rental properties. That increased supply, which keeps the prices low, and that didn't happen with Orem. People didn't do that, and so prices are steadily rising. There are cities around it that built a lot of rental properties, but not Orem. You should feel confident as a seller going into this market, but don't be overly confident, because the market is great, yes, but that doesn't mean you can just throw whatever listing price out, throw whatever pictures you want out, and not have a plan. You need to be very specific, because there are still homes, like one of these homes that sold, it was on the market for 294 days. And I know you don't want to go through that, because that's just miserable. If you have a good plan, good marketing strategy, and good pricing strategy, you should be gone off the market within 2 weeks. No excuses. And if you do all that, make a plan so you can be flexible with allowing showings, let them come in. And because if you market it right in this market, you're going to get a lot of showing requests, and you want to let in as many people as you can, because that gives you a lot of negotiating leverage. Now, my buyers, listen up. These are a few things you're going to want to do, and keep in mind, there are a lot of buyers looking at the same houses you're looking at. I mean, they're jumping around looking at the same things, and then one house sticks out for everybody and they go all in on that house. There are more buyers than sellers. That is why prices are going up. So do these few things. One, and this is a tip that you've heard before, shop around for a good lender. not just for a cheap lender, but one that can close faster than others, because that's one way to leverage your position over the competition and convince sellers to accept your offer, because you can close sooner than the other buyers with the same budget as you. The next thing that's going to give you that competitive edge is to free up your schedule as much as possible. At least make it flexible. Don't free it, because obviously that's not realistic, but make yourself flexible so you can act fast when a home pops up. Get your offer accepted before other buyers can't even see it before you get your offers accepted. That's what you want to be in, ideally. And what that also requires, other than your schedule, is you have to have the conviction in here. You have to know what you want in the first place. If you don't, then you're not going to have that confidence to make those offers right off the bat. If you don't have that, here's a tip. You make a list on one side of a piece of paper. You write down what you want in a home. On the other side of that piece of paper, you make a correlating list that explains why you want that thing in the first place. And then you ignore what you want in a house, and you only focus on why you want that house and why you want that thing in that house. For example, if you wanted a backyard, you write down why you want that backyard. But wait, what if a home pops up that doesn't have a backyard that satisfies why you wanted that backyard in the first place? Maybe it has a nice park and you don't necessarily need a fenced-in yard. You just have a nice wide open park. That satisfies it, and it might be able to even save you money in the end. So it'll help you be flexible, act fast, and solidify your priorities if you make that list. Another thing that's going to give you confidence is to go over the numbers with your lender. This is a given. You want to be pre-approved, and you want to have in the back of your head all the possibilities. Okay, the home's listed at this. This would give me this amount of a mortgage payment. And you're going to want to keep those things in the back of your mind and go over that beforehand. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time to begin with. Now, my investors, you're probably going to have to just take the hit and find an off-market deal, because that's where the numbers make sense for you. If you want to be on my investor list where I can notify you of any off-market deals that I know of, there's a link below for that. Now, whether you're a buyer, seller, or investor, I hope this video brought you a lot more confidence. My name is Cole. I am new to YouTube, but not to real estate, so subscribe for more, and I'll catch you later.